Good morning. For anyone interested in learning about the endowment fund and how you might support it, please join us today at 12:15 for a luncheon. See Tom Bailey or Jim Fallander with questions. We invite all to come celebrate the life of longtime member Bruce Johnson next Saturday, April 5th. Visitation will be at 1 p.m. with the service beginning at 2. Next Sunday, please join us for a service led by many fellowship members and friends, celebrating joy through poetry, prose, and music. All are welcome to the Easter breakfast at 9 a.m. on April 20th. Our next Covenant of UU Pagans, Leadership Council, and Social Justice Book Group meetings are coming up, so watch for those. Discounted seats are available for the Great Lakes Loons Pride Game in June. See details in your e-news. And now we have a special announcement.
Bid on at this auction?
No, those are just ideas in case you can't think of what things or services to donate.
Well, I ate all the honey I had. So I'm going to have to go see the bees, steal some more from the bees. Or perhaps they will choose to donate some of their honey because it is a really good cause.
Well, I'm definitely going to donate swim lessons. Look, you've got your camera, good. I know there's supposed to be pictures in the auction booklet, so get a picture of me swimming really fast after the bean counter.
Don't drown! So I know you're supposed to enter everything in that computer program you follow with the link that's on that poster or in the newsletter. But my paws are too big. They don't work on the keyboard. What am I supposed to do?
See an auction committee member. They have yummy fingers available until April 1st.
April 6th?
April 6th. Yeah, that's right. Until next Sunday.
What happens on April 6th?
It's the deadline to enter your auction items.
Yay.
Thank you. I think you should take it on the road. Please watch our screens, your e-news, email, or Facebook for details on these and other coming events. Thank you. We now invite you to enter our service with reflection on the song Dayuna Naish with words by Samir Badre, music by Ted Warmbrand, arranged by Jeannie Gagne, shared by Melanie Willison and Sandy Hay. The lyrics are translated from Arabic and mean, let us live in peace. Let us live in inner peace. Let us weave our dreams together. Let us die in peace.
Alam Dananamud Besalam Dananaish Besalam Dananasaish Be nasi alam danunanamut be salam.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Melanie. Good morning, everyone. Morning to our Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Midlands worship service, today titled Gimme A Break. I am your minister, the Reverend Eric Severson. Helping lead today's service is our worship associate, Suzanne Peterson, accompanist and music coordinator, Melanie Willison, with Sandy Hayes, musical gifts, Connie Ofori-Dankwa on AV, and Jennifer Stride Mullen assisting folks online. A special welcome to any visitors we have with us today. We hope that you'll find here a warm and special, loving community that you may have been searching for. If you have any questions, please let us know, and please sign the guest book before you leave today. Now, respecting one another's personal space, we invite you to briefly say hello to somebody you've never seen or have not seen in quite some time. And if you'd like to wave to the folks on Zoom at home, the camera is right up there. Welcome, one and all. Thank you, everyone. Ding. Ding. Thank you all. I invite Steve Graham forward to light our chalice, please. The words for today's chalice lighting come from the Reverend Laurel Sheridan. Anytime you like. Take from life its coals, not its ashes. Fan the flames of love and justice. Join hands and hearts in common endeavor. And there will be no limit to what we can achieve together. Thank you, Steve. I see no youngest ones for our story today, so I will remain here for our time for all ages. Let's begin by reviewing some images of interesting doorways on our screen. Okay, so they weren't all doorways. Doorways, gateways, windows, portholes, if you were. How many of you are familiar with the book The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Most of us of a certain age. Do you recall how Lucy Pevensey discovers Narnia? Yes? Through the wardrobe, the magic wardrobe, Lucy looks for the perfect place to hide and opens up the door to a big wardrobe. She goes through the door and into the back of the wardrobe, and suddenly she's in a whole other world, a magical world with witches and fauns and talking beavers. Wouldn't it be cool if there were a magical world behind every door or window? When Lucy opened the door to Narnia, it didn't look like anything special. It was just a boring door full of a boring door of a wardrobe full of clothes and coats. But across its threshold was magic. Lucy already had a foot in Narnia when she quite realized what was happening. Many of the thresholds in our lives are like this. We don't know that we're crossing into another world until we're halfway there. The door of a church takes us down a pathway of growth we might never have expected. The door of the doctor's office suddenly opens out into life with a hard diagnosis. A restaurant door opens onto a first date and echoes forward into a relationship of a lifetime. A beloved person's door closes behind you and sends you out into the world heartbroken. The door of a library or a gym or a dance studio introduces you to a life's passion you might not have otherwise discovered. We cross these thresholds every day of our lives, for good and for ill, in joy, in sorrow, in bittersweet truth. Truly, even our own front door is a great threshold, no matter how familiar the worlds within and without may be. Given our lives' reality of constant change, every day we open the same old door again, only to step out into a world that is new since the day before. In this way, there is a new world behind every door, awaiting our discovery, if only we will encounter it as such. These words by the Reverend Molly Hausch Gordon. We would normally sing our young ones off to their activities, but we can not do that today. Use your words, Eric. Would you like to?
We invite you now to sit or stand as you wish to sing our opening song, number 1009 in the turquoise hymnal, Meditation on Breathing, with words and music by Sarah Dan Jones.
You can announce.
There are three parts to this song. The drone part, which Sandy will lead. Let's see, what's the note on that? Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. You'll follow along with him. The melody is Melanie will sing the melody today.
And that's the top line.
The top line in your book. Go ahead and sing a line.
When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
Right, we've done this before. And then the descant part is.
When I I breathe in, I'll breathe in.
Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
When I breathe
Breathe in,
I'll
breathe out.
When I breathe
Breathe in,
I'll
breathe out.
When I breathe
Breathe in,
I'll
breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
When I breathe
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 Breathe out. Breathe out. Thank you. Please be seated. By way of a pastoral response, I share these words titled, What Gives Us Life? By the Reverends Vanessa Rush Southern and Allison Jacks. Life is complicated and uncertain and gorgeous with some things we can count on. It has seasons of struggle and seasons of delight. And sometimes the two blow in and bloom simultaneously. Like now, maybe always. And we are here, together. All of us from different corners of the world and different families here, breathing together, questing together, holding each other through it all, laughing and singing in the face of it. If there's a journey to liberation, if there's a way to live resurrection, I think this is it. It is like this. May we hold may what holds us in bondage to death or loss or hurt or sadness or literal heartbreaking limits be released. And what gives us life, hope, joy, rebirth, feel invited to claim us. And may we claim it, sinking our roots down into what grounds us, reaching toward the sun, flowering into this season of all whose flowering into this season, all of whose traditions witness to life more abundant, claiming us. After a season of loss and winter struggles of heart and mind and spirit. And may we open our hearts to the abundance of creation that surrounds and sustains us. Amen.
Our reading this morning is Transcending Boundaries by the Reverend Yvonne Seun, the first African-American woman to be ordained as the Unitarian Universalist minister and founding minister of the Sojourner Truth Congregation in Washington, D.C. When I was a child, I would stand and gaze at the starry firmament and contemplate infinity. As I stood there, the boundary that is time dissolved. I expanded my spirit to fill the boundary that is space. My being stilled, and all fear, anxiety, and anguish disappeared. Forgotten were the chores, the homework, the ordinary around me. Transcending boundaries was fun in those days, but as I reached adulthood, it became more difficult. More and more, the world was with me as I did chores and homework. More and more, my own fears were with me as I encountered others. More and more, I was aware of the boundaries of race, class, age, and sex. I felt myself cringe as the bantering youth in the street came nearer. I felt myself become tearful as I encountered a senior citizen living with pain or the limited choices of a fixed income. I felt myself become angry as I was subjected to the indignities of being rejected by others because I am Black, because I am a woman, or because of the blind person or the openly gay person I was with. I felt myself become unwilling to acknowledge my oneness with the addicted person who is my friend, or the homeless people sleeping on the benches in the park. Today, transcending boundaries is hard work. For one thing, I've created more of them since I was young, and I've built them higher and stronger than they once were. For another thing, I'm much more self-righteous and much less humble than I was then. Sometimes, when I am at my best, I remember that the other I distinguish myself from could be me in another time, another place, another circumstance. Then I remember the words of a colleague who observed that it is my racism, my sexism, my homophobia that I am called upon to address. So I take a few deep breaths and begin to release the fears that are the boundaries between me and my fellow humans.
Entering a local restaurant yesterday for a late breakfast. It is a Saturday morning during spring break. The parking lot is full. and people sit waiting for tables to open up. And phones are ringing. Everywhere, phones are ringing. We get to the greeter station, give our name, and find 2 bench seats in the entryway for however long the wait will be. Our low blood sugar levels, no doubt, will drop only further while we wait. We get there at a good time. Other people in groups of 2, 3, 4, or more enter and repeat the ritual of checking in. One of the newly entered couples, outwardly a male and a female of apparent middle age and stout European stock, checks in and takes 2 seats opposite us. The man's navy blue t-shirt has already caught my eye, as it was designed to, but has been difficult to read with him moving. Now that he is seated, the words are clear and strident in red and white capital letters. Christian, white, straight, Republican, unvaxxed, gun owner, meat eater, male. How else can I piss you off today? It really said that. They're available online. It gives me pause. The ever alert spousal unit next to me now turns and whispers, "Did you see the t-shirt?" I avoid eye contact, but nod. It is then that I notice the equally outrageous sartorial contrast of the man's supposed spousal unit. She sports a light gray, long-sleeved, fashionable sweatshirt emblazoned in huge pink capital letters, LOVE. I note this contrast to my own spouse, with whom I then make eye contact and we smile to one another. Many things go through my mind at this point, but many more things do not. Among them, what would Jesus do? Or, I think I'll invite them to sit with us. I suspect that were I to do so, the rest of the day very likely would be filled with great marital tension, perhaps for both couples. As I ponder potential positive conversational angles, part of my mind lands on what I would later learn is also on my spouse's mind, and that is, I just want a quiet breakfast. At which point, our name is called, and we are ushered as if by the hand of Providence to a table for 2. We have spent this month exploring aspects of the theme of trust. Before going on about boundaries and limits, let me paraphrase the caveat from last week of Counselor David Bedrick. Some breaches of trust cannot be fully repaired. You alone will know if a relationship is irreparably broken. Trust yourself to know. And I would add, trust yourself to know your limits. Jennifer, could you bring up the slide, please? This is our title slide for today. Thank you to Wendy for creating this. I wonder what this guy is thinking. Any ideas? Can I make it? How do I bridge this gap? Might as well jump. Give up and go home. Thank you. Why did I wear a suit today? Maybe he already jumped across and needs to jump back again in a suit. Maybe he looks at it and says, nah, I'm good. Thank you. Some boundaries and limits are necessary. If we did not respect, for example, some of the limits of physics, say, or biological or social systems, I don't think there would be a human civilization. Without a sense that enough is enough, the early American colonists might never have gone to war with King George and achieved independence. Without sufficient moral outrage, the United States might not have entered World War II. Bystanders might not have recorded George Floyd's murder. Perhaps no one today would protest or try to stop what the present administration is trying to do. So limits are good. Boundaries are good. Except when they're not. They're not, for example, when they impinge on our very personhood, when they deny our own or others' human rights or civil rights, our inherent worth and dignity, or our potential. We spend our whole lives testing life's limits, don't we? Running up against imposed or self-imposed boundaries, looking for ways through or around them. And sometimes we manage to break through or transcend them. Sometimes the Berlin Wall does come down. Sometimes we do cross the aisle and negotiate. Sometimes we allow ourselves to break through our own defenses. In a 1998 Jim Carrey film, Truman Burbank discovers that his entire life has been a reality TV show, The Truman Show. In actual reality, he's been living in a giant artificial world in a studio set. He begins to suspect that something is amiss and eventually discovers the truth. He eventually escapes this fake reality and finds freedom in a metaphorical doorway to a new life. He is transformed by transcending a false boundary. We can find many fictional and non-fictional examples. In today's reading, the Reverend Yvonne Sion shared her experiences with boundaries, first as a child, then as an adult. Transcending boundaries was fun in those days, she wrote. But as I reached adulthood, it became more difficult. More and more, my own fears were with me as I encountered others. More and more, I was aware of the boundaries of race, class, age, and sex. I felt myself cringe, become tearful, become angry, become unwilling to acknowledge my oneness with other people. As she suggested for herself, I think fears often are the boundaries between us and our fellow humans. Often we build more of these boundaries over time, higher and stronger. Often we become more self-righteous and less humble than we were. Truly, as she wrote, today, transcending boundaries is hard work. Today's chalice lighting words by the Reverend Laurel Sheridan called us to take from life its coals, not its ashes, and fan the flames of love and justice. She then asserted an ultimately optimistic Unitarian Universalist vision that there will be no limit to what we can achieve together. But she also mentioned the hard work required to get there, of joining hands and hearts in common endeavor. That's the hard part, isn't it? That common endeavor piece, overcoming our differences, overcoming our fears, actually joining hands and hearts in discerning which boundaries we must respect and which we might transcend. And by transcending them, then finding mutual transformation. I've heard that one definition of the word evil is anything that causes us to be separated from God or a higher power, divine, what have you. If we accept this definition, some of us aren't theists or deists, but if we accept this definition, and if we Unitarian Universalists affirm at least a spark of the divine within each person, then perhaps our forgetting, ignoring, or denying their inherent worth or our interdependence, perhaps we might call this a sin. I invite you to consider what that word means to you. Reverend Sion wrote, sometimes, when I am at my best, I remember that the other I distinguish myself from could be me in another time, another place, another circumstance. Then I remember the words of a colleague who observed that it is my racism, my sexism, my homophobia that I am called to address. So I take a few deep breaths and begin to release the fears that are the boundaries between me and my fellow humans. This morning we are counseled to have more humility, to recognize and deal with our own fears, our own biases, our own less than best selves, to acknowledge our oneness, or at least our interdependence with others, so that the next time we are sitting face to face with a challenge, someone or something we have feared in the past, someone intent on pissing us off perhaps, we might engage more easily with courage, compassion, and curiosity. We explored with our young ones, had they been here, the idea of human agency, of choosing one door among others, magical or mundane. Reverend House Gordon asserted that we often cross mundane-looking thresholds every day of our lives. She wrote, given our lives' reality of constant change, every day we open the same old door again only to step out into a world that is new since the day before. In this way, there is a new world behind every door, waiting for our discovery, if we will only encounter it as such. She is suggesting, I think, that we might approach boundaries, limits, doorways, portals with more curiosity and less fear. And faith communities such as ours could be key to converting our fear into curiosity. The door of a church, she wrote, takes us down a pathway of growth we might never have expected. Opportunities abound. I love this image of what a fellowship, this fellowship or any congregation could be. A place, an incubator, a greenhouse, an arboretum, a diverse, rich experiment, an ecosystem in which we might grow in personhood, grow in greater self-awareness, greater appreciation, greater curiosity and courage and love, so that we might trust ourselves and one another more fully, and might approach becoming our best selves. This is a place to do that. As we join hands and hearts to serve our new mission statement and the world's needs, let us approach this work with curiosity, courage, and our core value of love. Let's continue to weave our dreams together and to seek peace within and beyond us. Through seasons of struggle and delight, let us remember we are here together, questing together, holding one another through it all. May life bless us, and may we open our hearts to the abundance that surrounds and sustains us. May we find release from that which holds us in bondage to death, loss, or heartbreaking limits. May we journey together toward liberation. May whatever gives us hope, joy, and rebirth claim us, and may we claim it. May it be so. And amen.
In accordance with our values and the stirrings of our hearts, we now invite you to support our fellowship's mission with your financial contributions. If you wish to pay toward your pledge with cash or check, envelopes are available just outside the door. We appreciate and welcome your donations with gratitude. Thank you. As we invite our offering, we also invite you to reflect further with More of Grace by Neil Cowley, shared by Melanie Willison. invite you now to sit or stand and join in singing number 1002, Comfort Me, with words and music by Mimi Borstein-Doble.
Sing with me, oh my soul. Sing with me. Sing with me. Sing with me, oh my soul. Speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me, oh my soul. Speak for me. Speak for me. Speak for me, oh my soul. Dance with me, dance with me, dance with me, oh my soul. Dance with me, dance with me, dance with me, oh my soul. Repeat the first verse. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you to our hospitality, religious education, and behind-the-scenes worship volunteers. After our chalice extinguishing and postlude, please help yourselves to coffee, snacks, and conversation. Thank you again for being with us.
To extinguish our chalice, I've chosen Changes Abound by Michelle Collins. Changes abound around us, within us, between us, in our communities, our neighborhoods, and our beloved faith communities. Changes abound. May we each find the balance point we need as we move through our ever-changing world. The balance between the old and the new, between the known and the unknown, between the familiar and the perhaps bold and risky possibilities that may be there waiting. We'll close the service today as we began, reflecting with the song Dauna Naish.
ish be'amon dani nasi alam dananamut besalam dananayish besalam danunanayish be'aman dana nasis alam danamut